things just happen. Sometimes it just happens, like Gadar just happened, Sholay just happened. I think Ashram just happened. I never thought such a negative role will get me such a positive reaction. People really want to see me, and somehow my industry doesn't believe in me.
He started his career with Barsat and bagged the Filmfare Best Debut Award. He's been the hero with the intense looks and power punches in movies like Gupt Soldier, Apne, and now he's taken over the OTT circuit with Ashram. Here's chatting with Bobby Deol on Filmfare OTT Showcase, a prelude to the My Glamm Filmfare OTT Awards.
Thanks, Jitesh. Seeing you after ages, dude.
My first question to you is, after such a long gap, you started work on, what was it about Ashram that, and the character that fascinated you?
The thing is, see, in my career now, I've seen everything. I've seen stardom, I've seen failure, I've seen, trying to get myself back into a position where people will notice me as an actor. And for me now, my mind frame is such that I just want to do work which is about strong characters. And it doesn't matter if it's negative or positive, as long as it's written well and it's got substance. And for me, working with Prakash ji has always been a dream. I've been wanting to work with him since years. I remember meeting him when I was dubbing for Gupt, and he had bumped into me and he looked at me and he says, "You're a very good-looking boy." I'm like, okay, fine, thank you. He embarrassed me, and we'll work together one day. But that one day came after 25 years. And I just got a call from Shruti Mahajan. She's a casting agent, and she said, Prakash ji, she said to me that, you've always been asking me to give you something interesting. So here, Prakash ji's working on something. She never told me anything about the subject. So when I went and met him, I didn't expect what I was going to listen. I just was, happy that he called, and I went and met him, and he said, okay, I'm making this web series for MX Player called Ashram. I said, okay, now Ashram, obviously those are kind of titles movies which he makes. So I said, okay. So when he narrated the idea to me and he said, I want you to play the character of Baba Nirala, I was like, for a few seconds, I was taken aback. I was like, what? Seriously? And I was so excited because here I was trying to look for something different. And here I want to put myself into, as an actor, into roles which are not in my comfort zone. I want to challenge myself. I want to see if I really do have the capabilities which people think I don't, as an actor. So God gave me this opportunity. I've been working hard, looking after myself, being very focused. So I got so excited. I said, okay, fine, I'm on. I didn't even think twice after that, so that's how it happened. And I think Ashram has been created so well. It's all thanks to Prakash ji. Prakash Jha is an awesome director. If he wasn't on as a director, I don't think it would have got the elements which it came out with the characters, with the characterizations, with the dialogues. I think he played the biggest hand, and we were just lucky to be actors in it. And I think the cast is awesome. Chandan Sanyal, then Darshan, there's Tushar, there's Aditi, there's Sachin, there's Tanmay, there's Siddha. There's so many of these guys who are there in the show who have done such a good job. I think it's the culmination and it's the teamwork that comes across and makes this show so impressive. So I think it was just my lucky day that I got that call.
So is there, a fear that season 1 chali, to chalo jaldi, let's do some jugaad and now capitalize on the success? Sometimes, the entire team feels, or do you feel, let's not rush it, let's take time? What are you, are you let it vary when you do a next season?
Definitely. When you make a sequel, or it's like making sequels. I was doing movies earlier and people made sequels to it and you're not sure what's going to happen. We're running on the success of the first movie. And in web series, it's a little different. It's a story that is anyway elongated and there's so many characters in it and everybody has a story of theirs. So audiences have kind of got used to it. In a way, thanks to Corona, because everybody was sitting at home. and people actually sat and watched a lot of web series and movies on OTT platforms. So I think there's always a fear. I mean, but the thing is, Prakashji is someone who does not just give in to all this. I think he's someone who's 68, I think, right now, and his attitude is, I think, even more younger than mine. He's just full of energy. He's totally focused, totally composed. He knows exactly what he wants, and I think he has really worked hard. I've just been shooting for it, and it has been the most exciting time I've had, because it has actually, as an actor also, because how long can you carry on playing the same character, for so many seasons? So you will see a lot of different things in it, and you'll see some great writing, some great moments. So I think in the end of the day, we never know how the audiences are going to react. It's always up to the audiences. You can work as hard as you want. It's the audiences, how they react to it. So when Ashram was made, I wasn't even aware, or I didn't even think about it. I just wanted people to like the show. I didn't think it'll become such a huge success, the most watched show. I think it's just created. It has something magical about it. I think wherever I go, wherever I have, it's like everybody keeps saying Ashram kab aa raha hai, Ashram kab aa raha hai, Ashram kab aa raha hai, season 2 kab aa raha hai. And some people get confused. They say season 3 kab aa raha hai. Lekin it's just, things just happen. Sometimes it just happens, like Gadar just happened, Sholay just happened. I think Ashram just happened, so I think there's a lot of people I went from overseas who watched it on pirate networks because they don't have MX Player there, but it's still, anyway, it's a free site, MX Player. So I've never seen such craze in USA, in UK, people calling me, calling my mom, calling my dad, because I never thought such a negative role will get me such a positive reaction. So I'm really enjoying it. For me, even Class of 83, I mean, that was a beginning for me on OTT platform. And I think I had, again, that was a challenging role. Again, that was something out of my comfort zone, and playing a character who has an elderly son. I mean, not elderly, a college-going kid, and a serious character who has so much of emotions, like in him, but he's just so frustrated that he can't come out with it. And that's why it is difficult to play characters like that, I think. And I was so glad that Red Chillies came to me with this project, from Netflix, and people noticed me in that. And the funniest thing is, I had Ashram release. I mean, everything was made happen for me. It's like Class of 83 released 1 week before Ashram released. So a lot of people, critics, a lot of audiences whoever saw Class of 83 first, then they saw me in Ashram, they saw variation in me as an actor. And I think vice versa. I mean, some people saw Ashram first and then said, okay, let's check out Bobby in Class of 83. So it just happened, things just happen when they have to happen.
When you were at home, you said when you were not working, what were the kind of mental notes you were making? Ki maine ye wrong kar diya, ye correct kar diya. Was there any kind of appraisal, or
I think it's more important to believe in yourself. You have it in you. You were a star once upon a time when you entered this industry. So there is something about you people like. My fans never gave up on me. I mean, those fans which I made in my beginning of my career, they still are standing so strongly behind me, supporting me, and they just wish that I get to do some great roles, but they don't understand. I remember those days when I used to be out somewhere, people used to come, still take pictures with me and still come up to me and, sir, hum taras gaye aapko dekhne ke liye, kab aaye, kab karenge film. And I used to think to myself, okay, people really want to see me, and somehow my industry doesn't believe in me. Everybody in my industry loves me. I mean, that's what they say. But it's the belief they have to have for themselves, for commercial box office. And I think to create that, it's not that easy. And so I think things are changing. I mean, OTT platform, I think, is the most amazing thing that's happened to a lot of actors, because there's a lot of actors. India की population इतनी बढ़ गई है, तो हर department में, हर profession में लोग line में खड़े काम ढूंढ रहे हैं. So same with the acting, same with Hindi and film industry. There's so many people out there who are so talented, An OTT platform has given them that opportunity. There have been so many actors who did 1 or 2 films, were appreciated so much, but never got work after that. An OTT platform is giving them the opportunity to showcase themselves. So I think it's the best thing that's happened. I don't deny cinema has its own magic, and so does OTT. It's bound to happen. What happens in the West slowly after 10 years follows and happens in India. Because OTT existed in the West before it came here, and it was side by side with cinema. So I think it's going to coexist. And I think it's like watching IPL and then watching Indian cricketer from IPL being selected for the Indian team. you know.
What did your dad say? Did he see Ashram? What was his?
He told me one thing. He says, "Beta, मैंने ना बहुत साल पहले एक रोल किया था, बहुत नेगेटिव था, और तेरी दादी ने मुझसे कहा था कि दादी ट्रायल देखते वक्त उठ के चली गई। तो मैं उस वक्त जमाना अलग था, अभी जमाना बदल गया है। मैंने भी ट्राई किया था कुछ अलग करने के लिए। तो क्या है कि मैं ऐसे अभी, क्योंकि मैं पुराने ख्यालात वाला हूँ, तो मैं ऐसा तुझे देख नहीं सकता, लेकिन जब मुझे फोन आते हैं तेरे लिए, तेरी जब तारीफ करते हैं, तो मेरे आंखों में आंसू आ जाता है, क्योंकि मैं इतना खुश होता हूँ कि तुझे इतना प्यार, इतनी रिस्पेक्ट, इतना अप्रिसिएशन मिल रहा है। So I think that's what every father wants for his child.
What about your kids? They belong to a social media generation, and probably they relate to this medium much more than they relate to the movie generation. I mean, large screen. So how did they react to it?
I think they were really happy. It's like for every child, the father is like everything. They look up to you. And I think for them, they've seen me. I'm what happens to me shows on my face. They've seen what I've been through. And I'm glad they've seen it, my older son especially. And so is my younger son. And I know they know. I saw it when I was growing up with my father. I've seen him like one of the biggest stars ever. I mean, till date, I think the maximum hits anyone has ever given in this industry is my dad, till date. So and I've seen my dad going through good phase, bad phase, and then again, Hukumat he did, again he became, like one of his biggest hits after going through a bad time. So they know, it's not like it's their kind of thing, OTT platform, they've grown up. They like cinema. They like to go to the theaters to watch movies. But OTT platform has become a way of spending your time when you have nothing better to do, and also because there's so much good stuff that's coming up now, on OTT platform. It's not like everything on OTT platform is interesting. But what happens with OTT platform is that, you get to see different genres, and sometimes you don't want to venture out and watch those kind of films or web series, but then you end up, okay, let me try it. It's like picking up a book and you buy the cover and you read it only because you think that the synopsis behind are interesting, or the author. Once you read it, you like the author. But there's so many times you pick up a book and you're like, wow, what a nice book I've read, So it's the same thing when you're watching OTT platform. You suddenly watch something that you don't expect. And you can pause it anytime and go to the loo and come back, or go eat, or make a phone call, or check your Instagram, So it's pretty convenient.
Also, the content got into a bit of a controversy recently. When you were reading the script, did you think, oh my God, our censorship laws and all of that? Did it
See, as an actor, I just want to get great characters. After that, what happens is something which is going to happen or not happen. We don't know. I think Prakash Jha is a very, he's someone who knows what's happening around in the society. He's seen so much. His movies have always been about something that's happening in a society. It tries to bring out those points which no one talks about. So I think people, why was it a big success? Because there's a lot of people in this world who've been through that, the situations which were there in that show. So I think when you bring out that, there are so many people who don't want that to be spoken about in that way, because they believe that, they just want to create an issue so that, social media will grab onto it and they'll be seen or noticed. But it's such a momentary thing, because people forget. It's just for that 3-4 days, something will go on and then it's over. People have such short memories, they just want something else will happen after that. So
Okay, Bobs, thank you. It's been wonderful chatting with you and catching up with you after such a long time. Thank you so
I
much.
know, it's always fun talking to you. I mean, I just feel so comfortable talking to you.
You know, I remember, I was just remembering the first time we met at your office when your debut film was releasing, and we had done that photo shoot with Aishwarya, remember? At that Burley.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Bobs.
Welcome, Jitesh. Nice talking to you, at least
Same here.
not in person, on Zoom.
Big hug.
Take care. Big hug to you, man. Bye.
If you missed the deadline to vote, here's your last chance to get them nominated at the Glamm Filmfare OTT Awards. Head to the Glamm app to exclusively vote for them now.